Hi, my name is Allison. I'm a psychic medium and a farmer. Today's day 30 of Milking My Cow on TikTok. Today we're going to talk about what does it actually mean to live in alignment and how me starting to post on TikTok just 30 days ago connects to that. FYI, you're going to hear a lot of mooing today. And that's Poppy right over there. She's got her head poking out up in the calf pen just talking to her baby. Thankfully, Poppy has calmed down a lot. If you've ever given birth, you know you can feel quite wackadoodle afterwards. And so that mooing that you hear is just Poppy talking to her baby. She's licking around her head, all sorts of good stuff. Hopefully I'll have time to put together her birth story today. Anyway, living in alignment. So many people say that phrase and offer it as advice or a solution, but they don't even tell you what that means in our everyday world. And living in alignment kind of reminds me of the term blind faith, but I don't like blind faith because I don't follow anything blindly. So I guess it's more of just like faith. To live in alignment, you also need to be willing to look at your past objectively. You need to be willing to zoom out and look at your experiences through other perspectives. And being able to recognize patterns of things that happen or things that continuously happen and things that have outcomes also help with the ability to live in alignment moving forward. Living in alignment really has a lot to do with trust in yourself and trust in something greater than you. Having trust in something greater than myself was something I really struggled with before my awakening. I also think that's why my awakening was so dramatic, for lack of better word, because I needed something I could not explain away. I needed something that I could trust, not blindly, but close to it. Living in alignment is also kind of like the go with the flow mantra of life, but it's not exactly that either, because going with the flow just seems like feels like more like fate, and you don't have anything and that there's nothing you can do to change it. You just have to go with what's happening. And that's not true either. So living in alignment is kind of like a hybrid of all these different ways of thinking. You know you have the ability to forge your own path and create your own journey through free will. However, you know not every single choice is up to you because there is a little bit of fate at play and a little bit of predetermination about why you're here at Earth School and what you're supposed to learn this time. And the sooner that you understand that, the sooner you're able to live life where you can say, all right, I know there are some things that I should do and choose for myself, and there's some other things that I should just let be chosen for me and allow that to happen. Be curious enough, be open enough to allow that to happen, and wait and see what happens. All right, I'm crooked now, but I don't have to turn my head so much. So an example of me living my life in alignment started December of last year, December 2024. I received a message and it told me that my work here, my soul work, is also the work that I needed to do here in my physical body. And that work is to help create a perpetual system of joy here on earth. It was my job, it was my work. It's my assignment to be one of those people to help design or reimagine the way that we send and receive joy within this world. And so I said, like, me? Why me? I don't understand this. And the answer I got was, when there's a big department with a lot of people to do the same thing, there needs to be a department head. And that department head needs to be able to get on the news when there's an interview, there's a big topic going on, in a way that the majority of those people understand. No. There's a whole police force, but there's one police chief. I received a message that I was not in charge, not the boss, not the best, but I am one of those people, the Department of Perpetual Joy, that has the ability to speak and teach people how to reactivate and how to rebuild their perpetual joy system. And I was like, well, it's pretty intense, but okay. I don't know how to do that. So since December of 2024, I waited, I listened, I was open to any opportunity where I could figure out how I could show people how to start creating their own joy, and it's a system that perpetuates and that we keep growing our joy and expanding our joy instead of burning out our ability to make joy. I also really didn't know how I was going to reach so many people when I'm a farmer, when I'm out in the garden, when I'm in the barn, when I'm out in the field. There's not a lot of people out here, so how am I supposed to do it? And also do something that I've wanted to do with my whole mind, body, and spirit, which is be a farmer. I didn't try and figure it out. I didn't devise a plan. I knew the plan was there, and I knew that I would act on it whenever I was shown what that even meant. Fast forward to October 16th, 2025. I'm walking out of the basement from our house, up to the hill to the barn, and I hear a voice in my head. And I know what that voice is now. I've known for several years. It's the voice of my higher self. And my higher self said, Allison, start making videos on TikTok. Here's my confession. Guys, I hated TikTok before 30 days ago. I publicly declared that I would never, ever, ever have TikTok. I only had a TikTok account because I wanted to squat on the brain wiggle name so no one else had it. So I had a TikTok account. I had never used it before, and I never wanted to. And so I look up to the sky a little bit, and I said, post TikTok videos about what? Why? And the voice said, make videos milking your cow while talking about all of your experiences. And I was like, okay, I mean, you're the boss. I mean, I can do whatever, but you're the boss. And so I stumbled and fumbled around on TikTok as I was milking and figured out how to make my first post. Surprise, Poppy decided to join us. So by making that video, by going against what my ego wanted, by posting that couple-minute videos of cringe on the internet, just to see what would happen, to see if it would allow me to do the work that I know I'm here to do. That for me was living in alignment. Not knowing all the answers, having a lot of questions, having some doubts, but still going through with it regardless, in search of the path for my greatest and highest good. I think many times living in alignment, especially in today's world, can be so far from how we're living currently that we don't want to have to do a 180 in life. And I get it. It's really hard. It's a big risk, and it's not always possible, at least in the beginning. But it's always about doing the best that you can do within the parameters that you've been given, within the restrictions that you have. We can always do a little bit. We don't always have to do a lot of it. Just like this little bit. As you can see, the milking of Poppy sounds very different from Cricket. So she's giving us a lot of milk, but her udders are hard. She needs to let down. And actually, baby's tied up right there. Ugh. I know that's not a very Pinterest setup right now, but we are cleaning it up and figuring out what exactly we need for this setup in order to make it a really lovely experience for everyone every day. Baby does have a jacket that we keep on it throughout the day and night, but cows use scent with their babies, and so taking that jacket off allows Poppy to smell her better and allows her to let down her milk easier. So that's why her jacket is off right now. So I guess this video is a little bit about living in alignment, and it's a little bit about going with the flow, because we expected to calf share Poppy and everything be a-okay. But we're not quite sure if calf sharing is going to be an option for Poppy. She's calmed down a lot. She's given her kisses through the pen. It's really nice, but we're still taking it super slow to make sure that no injuries occur accidentally. Poppy needs a lot of massaging for her quarters to make sure she doesn't get mastitis. So I'm going to end the video here and take care of her. Thanks for joining me for 30 days of milking. I'm not going anywhere, I promise you. But I am going to listen to Source. I am going to make videos with other animals, doing other things in the barn and in the farm, maybe in the home. I don't know. Whatever you see from me is what I've been requested to do, either from one of you, from Source, or maybe even from myself. Thank you so much for joining me on 30 Days of Milking. Wonder what 31 is going to bring, and more.